14-year-old girl was sentenced to 25 years in prison for murdering her friend during an argument over a sleepover. Good evening, I'm Steve Eager.
Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes. A juvenile court jury in Tarrant County reached that sentence within the past hour. Extra security was brought in again, as it was yesterday, because of the tension between the families of the victim and the attacker. One of the attacker's relatives was banned from court for threatening someone from the victim's family. We're not naming the attacker or showing her relatives' faces because she is a juvenile. Fox 4's Dion England at the courthouse in Fort Worth. Dion.
Yeah, that's right, Heather. The two families, for security reasons, as you mentioned, were maneuvered here just a little bit ago to leave the court separately. Now, just before 5 o'clock, the jury returned a decision for 25 years in prison. That was the punishment for the 14-year-old who became enraged during an argument with her friend and stabbed her to death. Now, the 14-year-old girl who is on trial, who was just sentenced, who we're not naming or showing, was convicted Thursday for stabbing to death her once good friend, 14-year-old Nyla Lightfoot. The two were fighting over plans for a sleepover party at the time. Now, prosecutors described the girl on trial as being unable to control her rage, pointing to her history of getting into fights in 2 other states before her family moved to Texas. The maximum allowed was 40 years in prison. The jury decided on 25 years confinement. Just moments ago, as she was leaving the court, Nyla Lightfoot's mother told us she's satisfied with the jury's decision.
Being that justice was served, this will give me closure. Now I can grieve my daughter and go on without her, but she's still here. I always have her forever in my heart, always.
Now, there has been a lot of tension, as we mentioned, involving the family of the defendant and the victim's family. One of the defendant family's relatives was thrown out of court earlier today and warned not to return after he allegedly made some threatening statements outside the courtroom. Now, because the defendant was tried as a juvenile, she will be held in or be in custody in the juvenile system until she is 19 years old. Once she reaches her 19th birthday, she will come back to court for a hearing that could determine that she could be released on parole, or she will be transferred over and finish out her sentence in the adult prison system.